Hello again. It's freezing in here. You see the steam. I thought I'd share what I'm up to at the moment. I had quite a productive day yesterday. I'm slowly getting through all the wood that I had already in here, and that I'd managed to scavenge from around the place. And that mainly consisted of slats of like old beds and stuff, and then I glue it together. So you get something like this, and then I sand it down to take some of the edge off this. I could probably sand away the grooves, but I actually quite like them. That's just done with wood glue and then clamped with a big clamp and left overnight. And I've got a few of those lying around that I'm going to use. And I've got a few other bits of stuff, but I was thinking, well, I'm getting through this stuff quite quickly. I'm enjoying myself so much, so I need to go find some more wood. I don't want to buy it, I don't really have the money. So I thought, well, what I really need is if someone's throwing some wood out, I could ask them if I could have it, and walked out of my front door just to go to the shops, and noticed that there was a big skip, a very, very big skip directly across the road, and someone has been clearing out some builders have been clearing out a house for a renovation, and they just gutted it and put everything in this giant skip. So I went and had a look, and lo and behold, there was a bunch of wood in there, mostly in the form of two big doors that were on the top of the skip. And so I had to sort of poke around and pulled these doors out, and they're solid. So this weighs a lot. It's let me see it from this end. Side. You can see perhaps there that there's planks of wood running through the centre, and then a wooden veneer on the top to provide this smooth surface. I don't know what kind of wood that is. I'll see if I can find out. But it's heavy and solid, and I thought, well, that's a really nice bit of wood there. So I had it, and so there are two doors, one with a window in it, which you can see behind me. I literally sawed the bottom half of it, which is what you can see here, and there's the rest of it there. So what I'll probably do is try and extract the glass and use the edges. And then there's another one downstairs, which is a whole door without a window in it, which is the same wood. So I've put that one aside for the moment. I'm experimenting, see where I go with this one, see what the wood underneath is like, and figure out what I want to do with it. Given the weight of it, the weight of the wood, I might have to carve it up into smaller chunks. Now, before I do that, there's a thick layer of white gloss emulsion paint on this, which I've been scraping off using a paint stripper gun, a heat gun, which is coming off quite easily, thankfully. It's leaving this white stuff, but then I can sand that off, so I can sand it back. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll leave a thin layer of this whiteness on there, because when I start carving into it, assuming that's what I do with this, it will allow me to easily see the marks once I've carved out the shapes that I need, and make it much easier to track what I'm doing. I say I'm going to carve into this because that's what I'm doing at the moment, but you could make this into a table or any number of things. The fact that this was probably going to go to the dump astounds me, and that you could just do so much with these things. I pulled out some other bits of wood, which you can see there. They're just, I think that's the insides of an old sofa, which has been pulled apart. I don't know, it's probably cheap pine wood, and there's loads of nails in it, but I'll strip it down and give it the treatment where I'll try and make a board out of it. There were some other bits and pieces, and I might have another nosy today. I mean, I feel like a bit weird, poking around people's rubbish in effect, but this is not rubbish. This is great stuff, and there's so much in there that I can just see a table just below the surface of the debris in the skip, and it looks like a really nice bit of wood, but I just can't get it out, and I would have to remove a lot of stuff, and this skip is right on the edge of the road, so it would be dangerous, and probably the people who own the house wouldn't be too happy if I did that, so I'm probably going to have to leave it there. But it just goes to show that, you know, if you're resourceful, you can get stuff for free, and really good quality stuff for free, and make something amazing of it. And you know, I don't really think of this as upcycling, but I guess it is to a degree. What I'm going to upcycle to, I don't know, but it's the material that gives me the idea. And so I'll do with this material what it seems to want me to do with it, and I don't know what that is yet. In the meantime, I'm still working through my other scraps. I've got this, so I've got a plank here that was originally a shelf in my old house. I've got nowhere for a shelf in this house. I've still got the brackets. I can buy new wood if I want to put a shelf up. So I'm using this because I've got it, and it's, you know, it's not costing me anything. Cutting it up into smaller bits, and I decided I want to do a bee, because I've done a beetle, and I'd like to do sort of more insects. I've done some butterflies as well, so I wanted to do a bee, and this is a bumblebee from this picture. So you can see I've just drawn the outline here ready for carving into it. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'll try and get started on that today. I transferred it. This is a printout, 2 A4 paper, pieces of paper. I've taped them together, and then I've got this stuff here, which is artist transfer spray. So this is the equivalent of carbon paper or trace down paper. You just spray it on the back, and then you can just put this on whatever surface you want to transfer it on, and then draw around the shape. And then obviously I'll go over it with a pen in case it rubs off. And then you've got a really good starting point there. So I'll get into that today. I'm going to finish stripping this and sort of see what I want to do with it, and just have some fun. I've got some new stuff as well. I bought this bag of sanding, I don't know what you call these. They're like sanding pads for the rotary tool, and they're just like almost like tough cotton wool or something that's got abrasive particles on it, that's really good for sanding in smaller places, and there's different grades of it, and so I can use it for sanding in grooves and for smoothing out bits of surface that are perhaps hard to get to with sandpaper. So I've got lots of stuff to play with. I've got my tools out, I've got my jigsaw, I've got my sander here. All this is stuff I already had, and my mess around me, and creating lots of dust and loving every second of it. And hopefully not poisoning myself with too many fumes, but like, this is almost the same as being outside. There's so little barrier between me and the atmosphere. So yeah, I'll check in when I've done a bit more of some of this stuff, and anything else I get up to, and let you know how I'm getting on. But in the meantime, go raid some skips. Believe me, it's really rewarding.